I'm 89 years old, and there's a regret I carry that still keeps me awake at night. It's not about a grand failure or a terrible sin. It's quieter than that. It's about a phone call I never made. If this story resonates with you, please consider sharing your thoughts in the comments. I'd like to hear them. At this age, the world shrinks. The days get softer, and the nights get longer. You spend a lot of time in your own head, traveling back through the years, and there are roads you took that you can't help but walk down again and again, wondering if you could have turned a different way. Most of my regrets are small things, moments I let slip by because I thought there would always be more time, more chances. That's the lie we tell ourselves when we're young. My great regret is tied to my younger brother, Thomas. He was 5 years my junior, a whirlwind of energy and laughter. While I was the serious one, the responsible one, Tom was the dreamer. He was the one who could find a story in a cloud and a friend in a stranger. We grew up thick as thieves, sharing a small room, whispering secrets after the lights went out. He was my anchor in the choppy waters of childhood. As we got older, life did what it does. It pulled us apart. I went to college, got a degree in engineering. I was practical. I wanted stability, a good job, a house with a neat lawn. I built a life based on plans and certainties. I was proud of it. My work was demanding. Long hours, endless projects, the constant pressure to climb the ladder. I told myself it was for my family to give them a life I never had, and it was. But it was also for me, for my pride. Tom, he took a different path. He became a musician. He played in smoky bars for little money, wrote songs that could break your heart, and lived a life that I saw as unsettled, chaotic. I worried about him. I would send him a little money now and then, and he'd call to thank me. Those calls were our main connection. He'd tell me about a new song he was writing or a funny thing that happened on the road. I'd listen, half distracted, my mind still on a blueprint or a deadline. I'd offer advice he didn't ask for. Tom, when are you going to get a real job? Tom, you need to think about your future. I thought I was helping. I thought I was being the responsible older brother. But now, all these years later, I hear the condescension in my own voice. I hear the judgment. He never said anything. He'd just get quiet for a moment and then say, "You're right, Bill, I know." But he never changed. He kept on playing his music, living his life. The years rolled on. I got promotions. I bought a bigger house. My children went to good schools. On the surface, I had everything, but the distance between me and Tom grew. We'd see each other at holidays. The conversations became more superficial. We'd talk about the weather, about sports. We stopped talking about our lives, our real lives. It was easier that way. It avoided the arguments, the unspoken disapproval. I told myself we were just different people, that this was normal. One Tuesday afternoon, I was in a big meeting at work. We were trying to close a major deal. My phone buzzed in my pocket. I glanced at it. It was Tom. I silenced the call and put the phone away. The meeting was important. I'd call him back later. I always called him back later. The meeting went on for another 2 hours. We got the deal. I was elated. Walking back to my office, my colleagues were slapping me on the back. We were celebrating. I completely forgot about Tom's call. That night I was at home, tired but satisfied. The phone rang. It was my sister. Her voice was strange. She told me Tom had had a heart attack that afternoon. He was gone. He had died alone in his small apartment. The world stopped. Everything just stopped. The big deal, the promotion, the house, none of it mattered. All I could think about was that missed call. I stumbled to my phone, my hands shaking. I looked at the call log. 3:15 p.m. That's when he had called. The doctor said he likely passed away around 3:45 p.m. He had called me. In his last moments he had reached for his brother, and I was in a meeting. I flew out for the funeral. I helped clear out his apartment. It was filled with books and sheet music and half-finished songs. On his small kitchen table, next to the phone, was a piece of paper. He had been scribbling some lyrics. The last line he wrote was, "Is anybody listening?" That question has haunted me for 30 years. Was I listening? No. I was hearing, but I wasn't listening. I was so busy building my own life, my own monument to success, that I didn't see my brother was slipping away. I didn't see that what he needed wasn't my advice or my money. He just needed his brother. He needed me to listen to his songs, to ask him about his dreams, to be present. The regret isn't that I didn't save him. I couldn't have. The regret is that I wasn't there. I chose a meeting over my brother. I chose a task over a person, and that is a choice you can never, ever undo. The success I chased feels so hollow now. The trophies and awards are just dust collectors. What I wouldn't give to have that Tuesday afternoon back, to ignore the meeting, to answer the phone, and to just listen, to let him know that yes, someone was listening. You think you have all the time in the world. You think, I'll call them next week. We'll get together next month. We'll reconnect when things slow down. But things don't slow down, not really. And one day you look up and the time is gone. The people are gone, and all you're left with is the silence where their voice used to be. I'm telling you this not for sympathy. I'm telling you this because you are still in the middle of your story. Your phone is going to ring. You're going to get that text. That person is going to cross your mind. Don't tell yourself later. Later is a thief. Make the call. Send the message. Go on the visit. Close the laptop. Listen. Just listen. Don't let your most important conversations be the ones you have with ghosts. If this story meant something to you, my friend has written some wonderful books that explore these kinds of life lessons. You can find a link to them in the description below. Thank you for listening to an old man's story. If you feel comfortable, please share a thought in the comments. It's good to know someone is listening,